Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We're also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebartogo.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we discuss the plans for the ABV Network crew in 2025 for Key West. My name is Miss Beka Sue. Please join me in welcoming my co-host Steve Akeley, along with our special guests Lenny Eckstein, Steinkamp, and Darren MacLeod.
Hey gang, what's up?
Hey.
Howdy.
Hey y'all.
Hey-oh, so yes, we're going to be talking today about Key West. It's a big open invitation. If anybody's listening to this, they want to go. How do you get to be involved in what we do in Key West? Well, you just got to go. That's it. You got to be in Key West at the time we're down there. And so it's a pretty simple thing. So it should be fun. We'll talk about that after the break. For right now, I got a quick question for the group, and then Darren's got kind of a small talk thing. Just a quick question. What is the bigger story out of this year's Olympics? This is still going on as we record this. We'll be past it by the time it gets released, I'm sure, but this is going on as we record this. Is it the Turkish guy who was the shooter who just had his hand in his pocket, wore regular glasses, no sort of shooting glasses, and didn't have ear protection on or anything? Well, had just like the traditional, just put the stuff, shove the little things inside your ears, not the noise canceling headphones or anything. Is that the biggest story out of the Olympics thus far? Again, it's still going on as we record this. Or is it the guy who couldn't make it over his high jump because of he couldn't get his wiener over the bar, and it cost him the medal? Oh yeah, there's a guy he knocked the bar down with his wiener, and
how was he high jumping? Because you're supposed to go back first.
No. Whatever the one where you use the stick.
Not pole vault.
Pole vault.
Pole vaulting. He was pole vaulting. Pole vault.
Oh, okay.
He was
That's
pole
right.
vaulting.
Yeah.
And his wiener hit.
His wiener. Yeah,
I have not seen anything
they-
about the wiener hitter.
I guess they got it in slow motion. If you just Google it,
I'm sure. But I personally have not seen any wiener hits.
Okay.
From the Olympics. So currently, I would say the Turkish guy.
All right.
Is the largest story out of it, which is really cool.
Right.
Yeah.
That guy's awesome. Yeah.
That guy is terrifying. That guy's killed people.
Sure.
Yeah, just
so casual the way he does it.
Yeah.
Like if you were pole vaulting and you just missed the pole or skimmed it, it would always be a wiener hit. Always. There's nothing else to hit.
Your nose.
So
what if you had a big nose?
Why this is news?
A big nose. Well, because it totally outlines the wiener, and he was packing, man. They're like, he didn't win, but he wins. You know how journalism is these days. Back, Walter Cronkite wouldn't have reported on something like this, but these days it's just like, take a look at this. Look at that wiener. Jesus Christ.
That's funny. I gotta look into this. I never heard that.
Yeah. It's a whole thing. You see, he clears it. He's up and over, and what catches on the bar is the wiener. And then you see the wiener kind of fly up, and it looks like, remember the guy catching the cannonball? The old slow motion.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It looks like the wiener's flopping around in his tight spandex. And it's just all.
I was excited about his pole vaulting.
Yeah. So
that's weird.
It was a classic. It was freaking hilarious. But yeah. So, and then it just you see that article online. Fuck the thing. Just go straight to the comments. The comments is where it's at. Yeah, you can just tell by a headline if it's just rush to the comments, and they don't disappoint, of course. So
it looks like it sort of got scrubbed from Twitter at least because it was like taken down.
Oh, really?
Which is weird because Twitter allows everything.
Yeah, like they literally,
Well, you know what's kind of interesting about that? Well, this is the first time I'm hearing about it, but like, say 10 years ago, at least, this never would have happened because, like the ability to film on that level would not, they would have been like, rush the bar. Now they're like, look at that. No. It's actually like, they could slow it down. It's crazy. That's what technology does is it shows that kind of shit.
Yeah.
So I think it's
Lenny, I found the video so you can see it.
All right. Let's see here. All right, here you go. Let it replay again because we came in after. Okay. So there he is. He's going up. He's got the pole. He's heading over. He's cleared. He's getting ready to win a medal, and then boom, the leader hits.
That was uncomfortable to watch.
I think we've all been there, guys.
I like the way he falls to it because he just knows, like, my dick.
It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous with the focus on the dick.
I wouldn't have thought this would have came out of France. I'll admit that.
Right. Yeah, it's a French guy. So
a French guy? What the hell?
Yeah.
Okay.
What was he doing before he started his run?
He was in porn, actually. He was in porn. This is his first time trying to do something beyond that.
Trying to stay on the straight and narrow.
He's trying to do something else, get out of porn. This was his big chance, and he almost made. Look how close he was, and that move. There it goes. There it is. Look at it.
That's a painting.
That's not it. Yeah, I was going to say that's.
Someone did a painting of it.
Someone did a painting, and they just put it. Yeah, you don't quite see to that level of.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, but yeah, it was crazy. So, Darren, what do you think about this?
So I think it's the Turkish guy 100%. I think the other thing is mostly just a story because cameras are so good now. Even when I was running track in high school, nowhere near the Olympic level, it was always a fight to keep everything properly hidden. It was a thing that everyone had to struggle through. It just happened to be caught on a 4K camera with the person zooming right up onto it. So
Sure.
I don't think this is much of a story. I think this one will die quicker.
No, I don't think so.
I think he's going to keep bringing it up and be like, hey, like when he goes into the bar, did you see that guy that knocked it over with his cock?
He probably has an OnlyFans page already.
Probably.
Yeah, he should.
Probably. I think the Turkish guy is probably going to go back into the underground or wherever he slipped in from. He's a hitman or something. We won't hear from him.
Well, here's the thing: the Turkish guy already has like anime like storyboards drawn up about him.
Right.
Yeah. Like I've already seen like crazy like cartoons like made about the Turkish guy. Not seen anything about this guy.
Well, the Wiener one just happened. Turkish guy, as we record this again, Turkish guy was several days ago. Wiener guy happened yesterday. And,
okay.
Yeah. Steinkamp, what do you think? Bigger story?
I'm going off script. Team Canada soccer getting caught cheating. They were flying drones over their opponents' fields. Really? Yes.
Yeah.
And then
you don't expect that from Canada. There's like so polite and stuff.
Yeah. Right. And they were flying drones over their opponent's field, and now they found out it goes all the way back to 2019.
Oh, God.
They're flying a drone over their opponent's field, and the guys were literally caught in the bushes outside of the stadium with their drone thing.
If you're not cheating, you're not trying.
Yeah. So do they just get kicked out, or what? Do they still get
disqualified?
Their coach got suspended for the tournament, and then they started. It's like tournament play, and so you get so many points. I'm not sure how that works, but they started with a -6 points.
Okay,
now, they still made it through the tournament. They won every game because they cheat. Like
they're cheaters.
But
I've got another. Here's another contender, Steve.
Okay.
What about this? And frankly, you guys might not know anything about it because we're all Americans. But what about the fact that like Australia thinks that there's some sort of like we're their biggest like competitor? Like there's like tons and tons of videos out there of Australians being like, "Oh, we're gonna finally beat the Americans."
That's all about swimming. Because
but it's in like anything that they're playing against us. They're like stupid Americans and they're stupid USA chants and like they've got this big like they hate us for some reason.
No, they're pretty America friendly, but I think that's the problem.
Not if
but
you
not,
go
in,
on
not when it comes to Olympics.
Yeah,
but if you actually go on stuff like for whatever reason, Australia does not like Americans. I've seen a lot of videos about it, and not just.
I watch their news a lot,
yeah, the news doesn't really show you stuff, but there's a lot of Australians that just don't like Americans. They think that we're pricks. They don't like that we chant USA. They don't like all these different things that we do. We're loud. We're obnoxious.
Have
you ever watched any Australian?
I know. That's the funny part. And everyone's like, what do you mean that they're like, oh, the USA is our biggest rival? And we're like, to us? We're like, we didn't even think about you, Australia.
Yeah.
We didn't even know that we were competing against you, honestly, in like anything.
To me, the biggest competition is always China and then Russia.
Exactly.
That's the competition.
That's who we're competing against is Russia and China all the time.
Even invited.
Well, I get it this time, but normally that's China's there, of course.
Yeah,
China
and then we just like to beat
but those are our biggest
Britain because like we just love beating
Britain.
Yeah.
Well, reruns are always great, so run it
back.
I
don't care if we beat Britain, but when we do, it's just like a little bit more like, we stuck it to them one more time.
Sure.
What I think this Australia thing is like, no one else is going to understand this besides the St. Louis people listening, is like Kansas City Royals and the Cardinals. The Royals absolutely hate the Cardinals, and the Cardinals are like, yeah, you're over there. Our real rivals, the Cubs and everyone else, but I've never met a Cardinal fan that's like, oh, I absolutely hate the Royals. I mean,
it's so weird creating fake rivalries, though. Like having someone that you decided is your enemy, and then your enemy just is like, wait, who are you again?
Yeah.
It's a really bad way to think, really. I think it's an interesting thing to do.
So I just looked up a total medal count as of this recording. U.S. 71, China 45, France 44, Great Britain 37, Australia 31.
There you go. Doesn't China still have more gold medals than us? Last I checked,
tied 1919.
Okay.
We got them today.
Did we? Okay.
We got them.
We got them.
They're ours now.
That's to me. That's the enemy. And like I said, if Russia was there, that would be the two that I'd be against. But because they just do anything to win. They'll cheat. Talk about cheaters. My God.
Why Russia's not there currently?
That is
probably why they're not there. But
I think there's some other issues.
They're not there for other reasons, but sure.
Why they weren't in Tokyo? They were not allowed to compete under the Russian flag because they cheated. I missed an Olympics. My bad.
Okay, you missed Olympics.
You missed
he woke up 4 years later. And,
the current one. He was
right.
Were you in like high school the last time the Olympics were out?
I was in college.
Yeah.
I don't know about that. So last time Russia was actively competing, how old were you? We got to go back 12 years. How old were you?
Oh, last time Russia? Yeah.
You were 12. You were 12. You're
20 or 13.
13.
Damn.
Middle school.
So that would have been Rio. That would have been, I would have been not in high school yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, 13, so.
Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. On that note, guess what, gang? It's time to drink. That ended up being enough of a small talk there.
Told you.
It held through. So we'll save Darren's for next time. What is everyone drinking? We'll start with Steinkamp.
I have some Weller Foolproof.
Okay.
Nothing.
Yeah. All right. Let's go to the other one who has the Silent Cork Pops. Lenny, let's get these guys out of the way, and then we can compete.
I've got a bottle of the Leopold Brothers straight bourbon finished in 3-chamber rye whiskey barrels.
Fantastic whiskey.
That's a great bottle.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Okay. Lenny has the lead. I heard it at least.
I did adjust my volume settings.
Okay. There was something there. So, yes. All right. Darren, you're next.
I got some Ardent Spirits cigar blend.
Okay.
Jim Fosnot pick.
All right.
From the shop.
Okay. Solid. Could be enough. We'll see. Becca's next.
I have my own pick here. This is the Smoking Hot Corn from Deer Hammer.
Oh, there you go.
Ooh.
Becca on the side. Oh, that's the lead.
Ow!
That's the lead.
Those Deer Hammer bottles.
That's the lead.
I figured since we are the Olympics here that I should beat Darren.
It was a gold medal performance for sure. For sure. All right. I've got Willerstein from their Curiosity Collection. This one's finished in a port barrel. So a rye finished in port. Interesting. All right. Here we go. All squeak, no pop. Beka wins.
Sounds like you hit your wiener on the pole there, Steve.
Domed it, as they're going to say.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
All right. We'll take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to be talking about Key West 2025. We'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of Executive Bourbon Steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your Executive Bourbon Steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your Executive Bourbon Steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in the spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com. And now, back to the show.
Hi, I'm Stephanie MacLeod. You are listening to the Bourbon Daily. The real name of the palate is an ampersand.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're talking about Key West 2025.
Yes, we are. Lenny, you going to be at Key West 2025?
Solid maybe.
Solid maybe. Okay, well, we'll take that, I guess. Steinkamp, you going to make it down next year?
I would love to make it down this year.
That's no. That's a no.
Yeah,
I'm a solid maybe as well. How many bottles do I sell between now and then?
Well, we'll see. I think a lot, but we'll see.
I think so too.
Well, we'll see. So I would. Steinkamp said no. Even stuff he says yes, he's going to be at. He never shows up to. So.
We know Darren won't be there.
That's nonsense.
Where were you for the old Louisville pick?
Yeah.
I had to take a nap, according to Steve.
Yeah, he had an aggressive nap schedule. So
yeah, my real job actually got in the way there for a little.
Where were you at last year's Key West? Didn't you bow out of that last minute?
I had COVID.
Out of that.
I had COVID.
Yeah.
It sucks when we can't use that as an excuse anymore.
Right, right. Steinkamp won't be able to use that.
It was COVID.
Yeah. I don't know if anybody who more needs to be in Key West than Steinkamp. With he can't handle the winters, so yeah, that's the place he needs to be. Yeah. So Beka, you'll be there though.
Solid maybe. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, we'll
There's no doubt Beka will be there.
Yes, we will be there. We've been there. We've actually been there more than you have.
You're number one, actually. You became official this year as number one. So
I'm number one. I'm
Beka's
number one. And
Beka
I've been there
Royce.
longer than Royce
Beka's
too, because he was late the first year.
Oh, okay.
Remember? So
Yeah.
I am actually number one.
Okay.
Been
Number
there
one.
the longest for the Key West trip.
Under the ABV network Key West trips, you have officially the most days in, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe. Well, you guys.
We were down one day this past year.
Yes. Yes.
And also, there are quite a few people that are down for like longer days, I guess.
There are, but I don't. that'd be fun
Everyone's
to look
day's
at
the
one
same
day.
length.
No, they don't.
No, they don't.
No, everyone's day's the same.
Where'd you get that
length.
from?
Not a longer amount of day. Never mind.
And he tried a joke that didn't work.
Yeah.
I
Flop.
pulled a
Wiener
Kyle
on the
Neely.
pole.
Flop.
Yeah,
It
that
is
flopped.
wiener on the pole.
Yeah,
A dog.
But I was there the year that you were not there, so that's where
That's true.
I pull ahead. Where the Fosnauts were there that year,
yep.
and that's
But
it.
they didn't make it last year, so
Yeah, and I'd say that me and Royce were there for I think a few extra days too. So
yeah. This is true. You've gotten a few extra days from time to time because of flight issues.
yep, and
Yeah.
we were there for the longer time. Yeah, I think twice we've had flight issues.
Right, yeah, where you had to stay extra. So
Yeah, so I'm doing pretty good on my Key West time.
yes, you are. Yes, you are. So, which is not a bad thing.
No,
I'm
not-
eventually going to get to the point where I spend a whole winter in the Florida Keys, somewhat Key West, but also the other Keys as well. I just want to explore the Keys, and yes, I'm getting closer to that. Well, getting clencing inching closer to that. So,
Steve, do we have
that-
dates for Key West 2025?
we do, yes. We'll have to look. You're a guy. Look it up on abvnetwork.com. Key West trip. I don't know off the top of my head what the official dates are, but
get
that's
it.
out there. It's out there. He's always out there checking that shit out. He's like our Joe Rogan guy. Whoever Rogan has that pulls up all his stuff. That's Steinkamp for us. So, Lenny, if Lenny goes, I want to do an event with Lenny, but I don't know when we'll get him to commit to that. But because he's good at navigating small boats, small vessels, we want to have him do like a mangrove tour or something. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be pretty awesome. I was actually thinking about that recently. It would be awesome. I would totally do it. The potential for something to go wrong is none.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I was thinking about when I went on, I took a stand-up paddleboard out and cruised around. It was awesome. I saw like manatees and this like iguana swam right under my board. It was
Oh, that's cool.
yeah, but also like I had to paddle across like a channel, and I was like, God, what if I had all these people behind me and they weren't able to do this, and they started like peeling down
Right.
into the current, and I'm like, guys, it's this way. And
So, do you
I don't
think it should be paddleboards like that, or should be like kayaks?
I think
your-
kayaks
for
would
your
be
tour thing.
more
I
realistic.
think kayaks would be better.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
I-
your amateurs. Yes, I think it'd be better with the kayaks.
Yep. Less falling off. A lot of sharks that you could see hanging out on
Yeah.
the bottom. Like, I don't know what they are, like nurse sharks or something, but they're everywhere.
Right.
It's kind of cool.
They're really, those kind don't really hurt you, but people freak out. They see a shark. It doesn't matter that it's not going to be one that's going to bite you. They see a shark, they immediately think it's Jaws, the movie, and it's going to kill them. So
Yeah, it's literally like a 3-foot long nurse shark.
right.
I also freak out when I see sharks, but for a different reason, because I like sharks. I'm like, shark. It is the 21st through the 25th or 6th.
26,
Okay.
yeah. 21 through 26, yeah.
21 through 26 is the official dates. You can go whenever you want, though, if you want to curate more time or stuff like that. And then we do events that are open. I don't know. We're working on all this stuff right now, so everything is up in the air what exactly we're going to do. But we'll have a list of things, and you can sign up for it if you want to do it. If you don't want to do it, you can attend 0 of the events and still go. We hang out in the evenings. You don't even have to come to that if you don't want to. It's really pretty laid back. So it's just a bunch of people that like hanging out together, going to Key West. And even if you don't say, I'm not going to do anything with the group, that's okay, because Key West is so small, you're going to bump into them. That's the great
That's
thing.
actually probably one of the most fun things.
Right. You're just, you're talking about a strip of about a mile, long, and that's where everybody's at. They're all at the same place. You're going to run into people. So,
Like 5 miles wide.
It's not even that wide. It's 1x3 is the island. So, yeah. And then, of course, where everybody goes, Duval Street is smaller than that. So
Yeah, running into people's like the most fun thing. You're just walking, then all of a sudden you're like, Steve Akeley, Robinsons, whoever else.
And then kind of groups, you bump into people, and then a couple people might peel off the group they're hanging out with. It just sorts of like, where are you going? Well, we're going to go get cocktails at this bar. Well, I'm going to go there with you guys. And then it just ends up being that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So, I think is underrated based on my last trip with ABV Network is renting a bicycle and just riding around.
Yeah.
You cover so much ground. You see so many cool things. And like... I did.
It's a pretty easy place to bike too, right, Lenny? I mean,
it is. Yeah, right. Yeah. There's a couple different routes you can take, but like, if you kind of go the way that the hotel shuttle bus take, you kind of come across things that you wouldn't otherwise see, like a lot of cool, like Cuban, breakfast spots and just neat little hole-in-the-wall restaurants. Neat way to explore. You just see shit that you wouldn't see otherwise at a slower pace and.
Also, something fun to do that my brother sort of had us do was finding the best Cubans in Key West. Like, not the people, but the food.
The sandwich.
And like that was like because we went to some like random places that were like, where the fuck is this?
Right.
I mean, like I think that like I understand the key lime pie thing, but like. Finding like some of like the different things that they do down there and like looking up like where can I get the best of this in Key West, and then just like going and like doing your own little trail of those things and then rate it at the end is kind of a fun thing to do. I mean, there's so many things.
And you've done some of that, and you can back me up on this. I mean, there's great, cool restaurants like Blue Heaven. You couldn't even build Blue Heaven, like if you wanted to. It would take you 25 years to get because it's all overgrowth of trees and stuff like. You can't even do that unless you really were into. It's like making whiskey. It's like it's going to take you a little while. But the Cuban restaurants, you can find some good ones in just like shitty strip malls, things that you would like ignore. You'd be like, if you're in St. Louis, you see a shitty strip mall, you're like, I'm not going to go in there. If you see a Cuban restaurant in a shitty strip mall, fucking go in there. Though that's where you get the good.
It's going to be the best. I think it's like Five Brothers or something like that. I don't know exactly what it's called. Like it's on this like random court. It's a little bodega. So good. And we just we walked there and then we were like hot as all get out. We walked there. We're tired. We all got our Cubans and just like sat outside and like ate the Cuban. We're like, these are really good. We're like, everyone got a different type and everyone's like handing them down to each other, like figure out which one is the best one. And like, it's fun to do, like to kind of make your own like things like that to do, just like your scavenger hunts. You like kind of go and do different things. I mean, if you just talk to some locals, you're going to find places that you had no idea about.
Right.
Like places that are super cool. Like there's even more places down there with like craft cocktails than like we know about. Like I went to new places last year that I didn't know about.
Yeah.
Like
you find new places every time.
You like everyone just stays on Duval, but go like 1 or 2 streets off Duval and you're going to find super cool places.
A little bit more quiet and
Yeah.
And
also, like apparently I'm a local.
Okay. Oh
everyone thinks you are.
People think Lenny looks local. So when he goes, which is amazing. Yeah. Yeah. Another thing for the Cuban places, you get the good Cuban sandwich, but if you go there for breakfast, their coffee is incredible. And you can buy the coffee in a can, old school cans, that they don't even sell around there. You just the only place you can buy it is at the Cuban restaurants. So it's cool.
Yeah. I think it's cool us going there as many years as we have because we are starting to find more of the unique places that like you don't know about. I mean, like there's the traditional places that you always go to and the normal things that everyone goes and does, which are honestly, they're just kind of fine. Right. But like the extra things that you're like, wait, what is that?
Yeah.
You go to like these super random places and you're like, okay.
We went to a place last year, Beka, called Banana something. It was started by a French expatriate and, good crepes and stuff like that. I mean, it's just freaking fantastic. What did you say?
It was started by a pole vaulter.
A pole vaulter, yeah.
The banana pole.
Yeah, he crashed and burned in the Olympics. He's looking for something else to do. So, yeah.
They call it the crash banana.
What else?
I mean, yeah, like there was. So
sneeze. No one jumped in there for me.
So. Whiskey Rick's son drove us to the airport this last year.
He's like 12.
Yeah, he's like 12. I don't think honestly, when he drove us, Rick's like, yeah, my son's going to drive you. And I was like, I remember meeting his son a few years back. And I was like, oh, okay. Like, so I guess he's old enough now.
Right.
And he came to pick us up. The kid is absolutely just a fantastic kid. But the worst part was he had a girl in the car with him.
Right.
And so he's trying extra hard to make sure he's cool.
Right.
There's three of us jam-packed in the back seat. The parking lot we were in was definitely confusing, and he did not know what to do. At first, he was trying to back out because he was like nervous, because of course there was like, they had a crane like right in front of us where you'd pull ahead, and so he was like terrified. I'm like, you can just go right past. He's like, are you sure? I'm like, yes, just go past it. It's okay. You can't back out of here. This is a one-way. Like that's not an option. You can't turn around. We're in a one-way road here. You gotta go ahead. And so I'm like, tell him how to drive. It was a little bit of a terrifying drive, but we did that. Like, we drove all the way down. Like, I'm sure he was not lost because he lives there, but we were driving places that I was like, I didn't know this was over here.
Right.
Like, the entire like actual beach. And I was just seeing all this. They have a spot where they race turtles.
Yeah.
The turtle racing spot? I didn't know that existed. I had no clue there's a turtle racing race track. I didn't think that'd be something that you would want to invest in because of how often you probably race turtles. But we saw a bunch of stuff that I didn't even know was there, that I never either noticed or paid attention to or never drove past.
Imagine if Von Nieders ever gets to come down. He'll be at the turtle race place the whole time.
For sure. No, he'll be protesting it. No racing turtles. No racing turtles. Leave the turtles alone. Leave the turtles alone.
Yeah. So I very much look forward to it. It's one of the best weeks of the year. I mean, it's usually shitty weather at home. You're talking about end of January. That's some of the worst weather we get in St. Louis and a lot of other parts of the country as well. And the weather there is fantastic. You're talking, mid 80s, sunny, and just fantastic weather.
It is always nice.
It's the only place in the continental U.S. with that good of weather. Even San Diego, which is known for its good weather, is a little bit cooler and I'm not talking it's cold in San Diego. It might be in the high 60s, but, you don't get that in Key West. It's warmer.
And it never gets too hot.
No. It's just perfect.
On occasion, it has been a little bit cold.
Sure.
Somehow, I think like 2 of the years that we've gone, I think we've managed to have like record-breaking lows.
Yeah, that happens.
We've gone.
But again, go back and look at the record-breaking lows. It's like 78 degrees, and people are like, "Oh my God, it's so cold!" They're buying sweatshirts and shit. I'm like, I'm still walking around in.
I think it was colder than that, Steve.
I don't think so.
It was colder than that. The one, I don't know if it was when. I don't know what had happened that year. But it was it was 55 degrees. And it was like all the fucking iguanas were falling out of the trees. One fell on Royce. Did you not know that?
No,
I remember.
Oh, this was the year that that you weren't there. Royce was taking a call from one of our contract clients. This was in 2021. And it's a little bit of a heated discussion, per normal with this contract client. And he's like, I'm sitting there trying to eat my breakfast. I'm eating waffles probably. And I've got my little mimosa and I'm just like, just whatever to the world. And Royce is off walking around on his phone. And he comes back and is crazy looking at him. I'm like, what is wrong? And he's like, a fucking iguana just fell on me.
Oh, nice.
And I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, I'm standing there yelling on the phone, and this iguana fell out of the tree, hit me on the shoulder, and just ran.
Oh, well, there you go.
So, if it's cold enough the iguanas are falling, it's a little bit chilly out.
Yeah.
I wasn't there that year, so I don't think
so.
I can't testify to that.
Very
2021
cold.
was the year I missed. No. So, there you go. Key West. Come in and join us.
Yeah.
Be one of us. It's cool. It's a great place. This year it's going to be more focused on just having fun, really. I'm not doing awards or anything, just having fun.
Are we gonna get a boat again for a sunset cruise?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think I wanted to do something else this year. So
What? That's like the best part of it.
Well,
that's my personal favorite thing that we do is the
well, I did see something better than the sunset last year on the sunset boat, so maybe.
Yeah, I was gonna say you personally love the sunset cruise.
Hey now.
Yeah, that was also your highlight of the entire trip.
Because I've had plenty of accidental nudity in my life, but this was good. This was what you want to see. This is what you hear stories about. I saw a dude. This woman just cruising by on the boat, and then she realized we could see us, so she stands up and is like, "Holy mother of God!"
And she looked good. Let's clarify. This was a good, in shape.
Yes.
I'd say probably mid 40s, early 50s, maybe woman.
It works for me.
Butt ass naked.
Yeah.
Tan.
Yeah. It
nude.
was nice. It was nice.
I have a photo of Steve.
Oh,
the second it happened, I was like, I'm going to take these nice pictures of Steve. And Steve's face, the second it happened, I've never seen a bigger grin in my entire life. He was so fucking happy. And he didn't stop smiling the entire trip, and he didn't stop talking about it.
I loved it. Yeah.
But yeah, let's not do the sunset cruise, Steve.
Yeah. All right, maybe we'll do that one again. Yeah. That was pretty good. So I wanted to see if we could do something else. They got other sort of cruises, glass bottom boat cruises and stuff. I don't know, but maybe it's just the sunset cruise is the way to go. I don't know.
As long as I want to at least do one boat trip somewhere, even if it's a daytime catamaran or something like that, that'd be fun too.
All right, we're gonna work on it.
As long as we do a boat theme,
if you go more
on
towards the
one of the
daytime,
days,
it's going to be more tanning, Steve. So
more tanning during the daytime.
Oh,
Steve hasn't thought of that.
Yeah, no doubt. All right. Well, there you go. We'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Steinkamp, we'll start with you.
You can find me on Facebook and Instagram at Investment Whiskey.
All right, Darren.
You can find me on Instagram at The Bourbon Adventures.
Lenny.
You can find me and the rest of Deerhammer on social media at Deerhammer, on the web at deerhammer.com. You can come visit us in beautiful Buena Vista, Colorado.
Well, Lenny won't be there. Miss Beka Sue.
You can find me on Twitter and on Instagram at Miss Beka Sue, 1K, no C's.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley, Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website, abvnetwork.com. That's the one to check out. Everything that we do is out there, including information about Key West. A way to reach out if you are interested in going. And again, it's just a matter of letting us know. So we do have a hotel block. You can get in on that if you want. You don't have to stay where we're staying. You can stay wherever you want. But if you want to let us know so I can put you on the email list, say, hey, these are the events we got. There's a form on there on abvnetwork.com on the Key West area. And of course, come by and see us, the ABV Barrel Shop, the place where you can try before you buy. We're online, abvbarrelshop.com. Miss Beka Sue, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I'd just like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review that includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. If you like what we're doing, we ask you please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Great job today, gang. Finance, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
See you guys.
Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing. The ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you are in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.